Cheers.
Cheers, man.
So, as far as I know, you've been dancing professionally almost 10 years now, right?
Yep, 10,
Yeah.
11, almost 11.
Almost 11. And before that, you were studying at the ballet school, or was it like...
Not at all.
No, you were just...
No, it was kind of coincidence because my cousin, she was at the ballet school,
Mm-hmm.
and I was visiting her.
Okay.
Yeah, going to see the shows, and I went there like, sometimes. And the directress, she saw me there like quite often, and she told me like, okay, you're coming here. Why you don't come and take a class? Just try 1 week, and if you
Okay.
like, stay. If not,
Nice.
just.
And how old were you when this was?
I was 16 years old.
16. Oh, so
Yeah.
it's quite pretty late for starting
Yeah.
to dance, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because my first question was going to be what inspired you, but it turns out it was just it was.
I mean,
coincidence.
some way, like in my family, we like to dance. We like to dance. It's part of us.
Okay.
I think mostly it's like part of the culture in Mexico. We like to dance.
Okay.
But of course, ballet is not part of the culture. It's getting more and more. There is now like 3 big schools,
Okay.
but it's not a big thing. It's
Alright.
just growing up right now.
And these schools, do you know they're like funded? They're by the government, by the country, or is this private? It's
Some they are by the government, some they are like private and like half-half.
Oh,
The
okay,
government
okay.
and private sponsors. The one I study, it's by the government.
all right.
Yeah,
all
Centro
right.
Cultural Olinjolistli.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were 16 when you started, and then your first job was back in Mexico,
Yeah.
and you were dancing there in the national
The
company,
national
right?
company.
National
Yeah.
company, all right.
Almost 5 years. Yeah.
5 years. And after those 5 years, you went straight to Europe? You traveled here, or you were still dancing somewhere?
Yeah. First, I asked for a break in the company in Mexico. I'm so thankful to them. They gave me the chance to go abroad and to try to do auditions. So
okay,
I went.
okay.
I was out of the company for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I traveled around Europe. I went to Germany. I try in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And in France as well. That's it. Just Germany and France. And I got a job in Germany. Yeah, so I just went back to Mexico. I finished the season with them, and then I moved to Germany.
All right. And when you came to Germany, because it was your first time being in Europe?
It wasn't my first time. I came before for holidays to visit.
Okay.
One of my closest friends, he was pushing me. He was like, man, go and try. First go do holidays and ask to take class. Just try.
Yeah.
And of course, he knew what he was saying, you know. And
All
of course,
right.
I like it, and I was like, yeah, I would like to try and to come here and to, to have new experiences here.
Nice.
Yeah.
And was there a big difference in like the work culture between working in Mexico in a ballet company and then in Germany?
Yeah, there is, of course, there is similitudes, but it's different way to work. Mostly the time working, you know. There we have like just one block working.
Okay.
So it's quite intense, just the one block. But here, I remember my friend told me, if you find a job there, you will dance. You really will go, and you will be almost there full day working. So be ready for that. If you really are looking for that, also prepare your mind, prepare your body, prepare everything to be ready that you'll be working hard.
Okay.
And yeah, it's true. And but you know that also pushed me to my limits and to see like until where I could push with my
Okay,
body, with my, my mind, you know, to see for what I could be able
Yes,
to do.
yes.
You know?
And about pushing yourself to the limits, you know, ballet, as we both know, can be a demanding job, not only physically but also mentally. And with you, you've also traveled to a whole other continent to start a life here and dance here. What keeps you pushing? What keeps you going in this passion in dancing?
I don't have anything like specific that I can say that this is pushing me, because each time it comes something that is pushing me
Yeah.
to keep going. But in some ways that it's the dance, to experiment with my body. And at some point it happened that I was too focused in ballet.
Okay.
And at some point I was like, I need to experiment something new. Because I was losing this passion, you know, like I was like in a moment, like I was doing the same, you know, same repertoire. Even if I was changing the country, I was doing the same repertoire, different style, but same ballet.
Okay.
But then it came the contemporary dance. And this gave me like a boost, like, phew, now I want to try this.
Okay.
I just went for it, and it boosted me, like, to see, like, wow, I want to keep going. I want to travel. I want to go to another countries. Now I would like to try in this company, at least to audition and to see how they are working, or to see the place, or, you know. I think that at least in the last years is what it kept me going and pushing for it.
So you could say that it's not only ballet that is interesting you, but it's movement in general and finding different ways of exploring your body and being able to show what you have inside by just moving in the most any possible way you can, right?
Yeah, and also, you know, movement, it can be expressed. You can express movement in so many ways, not just dancing, you know, experimenting with your body, experimenting with the people you are talking. Certain way, in some way, it's like what is giving them, like, you know, like food, you know, when I'm talking with someone, when I am watching a paint.
It's like food for the soul.
Food for the soul, food for your own creativity.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we've been talking also this before, you know, like how you want to explore your mind, what you want to watch, what you want to listen, what you want to read, what you want to provocate. It can be doing videos, it can be doing photography, it can be doing choreography, music, talking, going out, going to the forest, going to the river. You know, it's moving. We are moving.
Yes,
we are moving and moving and moving. So that for me, it's at some point, like, it opened my mind to just being aware and to take it to give.
Okay. And would you say that because you're a very creative person, it's not only dance, movement, you also, for example, you're doing a documentary now about your travels, right? Through Mexico also, through Europe. You were recording something in Germany. And was dance like the first form of artistic expression for you, or was it always like you were trying to take from everything and putting it into one thing?
You mean like now, like after to start to dance, or before?
Before, like you started with dance and then you started experimenting more with the different stuff, different artistic expression, or
You know, at school I was always having so distracted, and it was because I was doing something like drawing, or mostly drawing. I like it to draw. So, and even graffiti. I was doing graffiti, you know, going out on the streets and doing graffiti with my friends, and they were doing rap. So they were showing me like this. So this, like, the art, it was always in certain way around me. You know, the art maybe from the streets, but it was around me, and it stays there. Like you cannot just put it in the side. With the moment that I start to dance, I didn't put it in the side. Of course, I was focused dancing, but that was always
it was always a part
of me.
Yeah,
it was always a part of me.
and the need to express yourself in a bit of a different way.
I think that it could be hard for art or for artists to don't have the chance to experiment with another roots, you know, like another ways to express yourself. Painting, drawing, doing music, or because there is certain topics, I think so, that it needs to find a way how to digest it. At least it happened to me. Like, I can have an idea, and this idea, it can fit good for dance, but maybe it can fit much better for one picture, for a photography. So it's like, wow. Sometimes that can also be confused, you know, like I can get confused, like, now what should do? You should do for photography, or for the documentary, or with music, or what I should do, you know, to do some lyrics, or what I should do, you know. Even you know, like I don't consider myself a musician. I don't consider myself a painter. Drawing, I just try, even if it's bad, you know, even if it's a not really nice draw, really nice paint. I'm just trying to see what I am able to do, and to see, you know.
Yeah, and I think that finding this expression in different styles of art, and that finding this expression also fuels your creativity in, for example, dancing. That you can use what you learned through the lens of a camera or of what you painted to inspire you to create something beautiful in another artistic expression. And it also teaches you lessons about how this world works, and how you can use that later, not only in art but in dance. So continuing with this, what would you say are some valuable lessons for not only life but also art that you learned from dance, from creating videos or music? What would be those like valuable lessons that you learned along the way?
I think we always hear that lessons, you know, like don't be afraid, or be yourself. And I think it takes time, and still I'm looking, you know, like to understand that concept. But it motivates me to don't be afraid and don't be ashamed of what I will do.
Yeah,
I think that for me is like the rule.
yeah,
Just don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, and go for it and try it. Then after, it can work. It cannot work.
yeah. But the most important thing is to get out of that comfort zone, try it, and exactly, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. There's nothing there's nothing extra. It's just how willing you are to find new ways to express yourself and to develop as a person also in this.
Yeah, you know, it inspired me also to listen to cinema directors, you know, because they need to be like thinking in the music, thinking in the frame, thinking in the color. You know, it's inspiring me. And I mean, that could be also good advice. Like, listen to the others. You know, we always need to have someone that is teaching us.
Yeah.
And we need to always be like looking to someone, listen to someone to keep going, learning and learning. We never stop to learn. And mostly I like to listen to interviews or talks of cinema directors or philosophy, or, you know, like something that it's also not just for art, also, you know, for your soul. Because at the end, well, we are expressing what is here and here, like combined.
Yeah.
So we need to give that and to open yourself to that.
Yeah, to absorb it all. But like you were saying, that listening to other people, seeing what is around you, it's the best thing you can do, because you can have a certain perspective on the world, and you only see the world through that perspective, and someone else can have something totally different, something that you couldn't even imagine that someone can think that way about life. And learning from these people, gathering the perspectives, and also important, not listening to just what you want to hear, but also to the stuff that you don't want to hear. That is food for the soul, and it makes you bring on a new perspective, see something in a different light.
And also, you know, we need to, I think, like to don't just listen like while you're looking. I don't know how to say it exactly. Like, of course, you can read the book, you can listen to the video, you can watch the movie, but also, as you say, the people that is around you, next to you, we are learning also from that, from the relationships with the others. That it's part of the journey, part of to express and to, like, it's like the river, you know? We are just moving in the same river, everyone. So also to who is next to us, our colleagues, our friends, our family, everyone. Not even our family, you know, like even the people that it's you see the day by day on the streets.
Even the lady in the store that will say to you, "Have a nice day." You're having a bad day, but she's smiling at you. It also gives you a tiny bit of a different perspective, because we are all in the same world. We are all observing the same thing, just in a different way.
And suddenly, sometimes it comes an idea. You see something like, I can do this. Oh, this is nice. Oh, we can develop something with what it just happened around. Like, and sometimes it can be trees moving, or certain colors in the sky. It creates the vibe, and you say, oh, what if I do this with this vibe, and the people come in, or, you know, it's just to being aware.
And this creativity actually connects all of us, because, you know, it comes from a weird place that you can't really just have it.
It just happens.
It just happens, and everybody has this. Everybody just has this moment. Oh wow, okay.
The eureka moment.
Eureka moment. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna. And sometimes, a lot of the time, it comes from like talking to someone, or putting yourself in a situation where, for example, I was traveling last year, and traveling solo I had a lot of these like eureka moments about myself, just finding out stuff that before I knew it was there, but it never really clicked that I am this way because of this, or finding out that most people will always help you no matter what, you know, like being dependent on people, you also realize how much people actually want to help.
Yeah.
So
and also when we are grown, you know, because sometimes you believe something or you are in, you know, developing a concept project or whatever, and we are like doing like this and I do this and I do this, and we are like closing our moment of creation. And also we need to talk because maybe we are grown, or maybe we need to have an opinion, you know, with someone else. And it can be for everything, not just for a creativity project. So, but we believe that in our lives.
What we believe, or even if we have, for example, a problem, a mental problem, or relationship, or whatever, to find that perspective of the second person can be really helpful to work through it and find solutions where before you couldn't see them because your mind wouldn't let you see it in that way. I was going to ask you, what would you change dancing for so long? What would you change in the ballet world? What would be a thing that is that's prevalent in the ballet world that takes it down and doesn't build it up?
I think in some way it's happening something right now because it's changing the generation.
Yeah.
But still work to do. And I think it's the way we communicate. Communication, you know, the way we approach on studio. Also, how we are looking or how we are watching the stereotype of a dancer. That you need to have certain kind of qualities or kind of body shape.
Yeah.
Is it getting better? But still.
Yeah, for sure.
Still. And also, I think we should have a, how you say, like mental health support. Yeah. Because we are working with that as well. We are using our mind of what it is happening, you know, like, and sometimes in certain places it could be hard and they are creating some traumas. And I think it's important to talk about that, you know, to have support for that. And I can see and I can hear that between college we start to talk, but I think it needs to be like, and it needs to come from the schools. From the schools. When we are already like in the professional.
From the figures of authority when you are growing up, because it's hard to come to this conclusion yourself about communication when it isn't really taught in schools in the first place.
I think we need to define the concept of discipline. You know, because we need to have discipline to work and to improve ourselves. But one thing is discipline, and another thing is to, I don't even know the correct word for that.
Like having discipline because of the fear, because of the strictness.
By fear, like discipline by fear, that you know that you need to be like a certain body weight or certain attitude, even if you're feeling bad, or even if you have a injury, you know, injury. So we need to talk about it, and we need to see that and to be aware that we are not gonna be dancers forever. You know, like after to dance, you have your back like. I give like 100% myself, and now I can not even stand up from the chair like properly.
But it comes from a lack of educating, especially young dancers, about this in school, and communication, and also with discipline. It like we said, it shouldn't come from a place of fear or from strictness, being scared to fail, because as dancers we fail all the time. There's always mistakes. You can fall on stage even, but
mistakes
it happens.
Is part of it, everything. And mistake is not mistake. Because we are learning for it. Of it. You know, we are learning from that. So we need that mistakes. We need to fail, and to don't be punished by that.
And the discipline, it should be taught that it should come from within, from a place of wanting to do it, from a place of having the passion. The discipline should be self-discipline, not outer discipline. And it's something that I've learned, that I've come by myself to it. But and it's getting better in schools. It's getting better. Things are changing.
It's getting better.
But
still,
we
need to keep going.
Yes, we need to keep going.
Don't because one thing is to respect your teachers, but also we need to express ourselves. And to don't keep what it's happening to you, or if you want to give your opinion, because we need to learn how to communicate with our teachers, with the others, and if it needs to be part of it, because that after we will need it when we will be on the studio for a show, for a project. We need to learn how to communicate and to look for solutions, and not just to create this vibe of like tense vibe.
Exactly. Communication, respect, and honesty is what will drive us forward. Okay, man. Thank you very much. That's our time. It went fast.
It was so fast.
Thanks a lot for coming on the first episode of my podcast. It was really nice.
Thanks
a lot.
Thank you.